Yo, people, welcome back to the channel for my third live of the evening. Welcome back to Daniel AFC TV. First thing, guys, please be smashing a big like on the video. Do be subscribing if we is new for the realist Arsenal chat, news, views, transfer gossip, factual transfer information. Not always, but yeah, as you do. I'm never far away from a transfer story, and I'm sure as the next few days goes on, things will begin to measure up and sort themselves out, so to speak. I've already made it quite clear on last night's stream that with four midfielders all playing, Lokonga's getting minutes, El Neni's getting minutes away at the Dubai Super Cup. Shouts out to Arsenal, of course, the Dubai Super Cup champions, as the title of the video tonight. Shouts out to myself, my channel. Shouts out to all the real ones. Well, yeah, the Dubai Super Cup champions. We come back now to play Juventus. Hopefully, dust them down on the 17th, 6 p.m. From the Emirates. I'll be doing a live watch along for that. I've covered all three of our friendlies. I didn't cover Watford. Knew nothing really about it, when it was going to be played. Plus, it isn't really important. So yeah, the World Cup is almost done, guys. What have you thought? Blink and you'll miss it. There is literally one game left on Sunday, and there's 3 games left. Tomorrow's semi-final, a third and fourth playoff, and of course Sunday's final. Who will it be? Argentina versus who? Will it be Morocco or France? There's as always a load of football gossip to get into, Arsenal related stuff. There's news from Brighton this evening, Liverpool, the Milan defender Milan Skriniar. He's been watched by everyone from PSG to Bayern Munich, Barcelona, Madrid, and a host of clubs in the Premier League. But yeah, first of all, please hit the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new on my third live of the day. Shouts out to Luca. You're opening streams if you want to. You're opening. I don't understand. You're opening. Love the consistency. Thank you so much, my brother. Yubiai offender was good. Shouts out to all the real ones. Shouts out to Yanni. My picture's on the way. When I had a look at the tracking thing this morning, it said it was in Belgium. Maybe it will update itself tonight. So the Danny AFC TV YouTube picture is going to look mad on the wall. I'm going to have to change all the wall again. So hats will come down. I'll paint it all just because I smoke, and I'll paint the wall the same colour. Arsenal badge up. YouTube Danny AFC TV badge up. I'll arrange the hats. I might buy one last picture. I don't want to be spending no more on this channel. I pay StreamYard, I pay this, I pay that, I pay the other. I buy mad pictures. Let alone my own footwear, aftershave, and hat collection. That costs me a bundle as it is. But guys, please hit the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. I know I've done an ultra late one tonight, but with watch-alongs and then trying to eat, trying to make money, running around town as you do, sometimes it isn't always as easy. So shout out to Luca and UE so far. Who's with us? Only 4. That's a bit disappointing. Right. Do you need West Ham fan? I've got a West Ham fan for my preview. If he's any good, yeah, bros, without being ignorant or anything, if he's all right, yeah, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind talking to him. Or I'll come on, I'll chat to a West Ham fan. Arsenal versus West Ham, 26th of December. Go on, Luca. Nice and sharp off the mark. Argentina come a long way from losing to Saudi. Absolutely, bro. But you know what? They done the exact same thing in World Cup. I know we're going back a few years, but Italia 90, Borgodillo. They done the exact same thing. Their opening game, they lost 1-0 to Cameroon and went all the way to the final. History has repeated itself. Good win for Arsenal. Saw highlights and goals. Good game it was. It certainly was. Vieira's looking, I suppose, ever so sharper. Shouts out to Vieira. He still looks, for me, really, really, really lightweight, though. Still is thrown off the ball way too easy. Nelson, yes, he scored. Still doesn't provide a bundle of threat. I know there wasn't 2 awful teams we played, as in Lyon and AC Milan. Do you know what I mean? But I'm expecting a bit more. As for Eddie Nketiah, I seriously worry about this guy, innit? He isn't a kid no more. He's 23 years old. He has scored 10 goals in his career. How do you score 10 goals in your career and earn 100 grand a week and wear a legend shirt? I for one think that's absolutely disgusting. I'm gonna try and get this out there, this stream, guys, because this is absolutely disgusting. I know I've changed my time from 10 p.m. and everything, but still. Let me just get this out there. Live now. Let me see what's good. Live now. think a lot of my real ones go to bed at these times, isn't it? Like, absolutely disgusting. Shouts out to UE, though. We'll try and get a few banter things up and running in a minute. If anyone can jump in. This is awful. This is awful. I've had good views today, though. Argentina, Croatia had good views. I don't want to quote it. I think it's well over 500, though, but I don't want to quote that. And the Arsenal friendly, I think, done all right. So I'm probably approaching 1,000 views on YouTube today, so no massive dramas. But I hate the 10 p.m. live adult content being quiet. This is the one that bugs me. But anyway, hold on. Let me get this WhatsApp. Let's get this onto the WhatsApp group. Start bugging a couple of people. Let's bug Hazard, most definitely. Let's bug you. Let's bug you. And we're going to do it one more time. You only can do 5 at I've done Twitter again. Shit. All right, cool. Send it there anyway. WhatsApp. Bug you, and you. Right. Luca, why you blocked me, fella? Seriously? Luca, why you blocking me? Well, yeah, it only seems to be you and Luca in the building. Can't you see his comments? But thank you to Luca. Love the consistency. Do you need a West Ham fan? I've got a West Ham fan for the preview. Very possibly. Very possibly. He might not want to screw with me and my channel. A lot of people get very nervous about my channel, bruv. Seriously. A lot of people, I swear they have sleepless nights, man. I scare a lot of people. Like, I don't know why as well, because I'm such a lovely individual. But I scare a lot of channels. I scare a lot of people. Do you know what I mean? And there you go. I think I've got someone for you to work with, bruv. So you might be able to collaborate with him. I'm not going to save the person or whatever live. Me and him were going to do a thing together. But then I kind of looked at his stream closely and decided it was probably, I thought me and him would clash, as in not as in rivals. No, I'm not scared of that, and not as in personalities, because I love a bit of that and I love arguing. But I thought we'd clash as in we're two absolutely totally different human beings. So I thought it'd be a bit of a waste of time, like this stream tonight. I don't believe this. Real ones. Oh mate, what is going on? Where's everyone else tonight? I know it's late and everything, but this is taking the piss. I'll give it a few minutes, see if it can't warm itself up as you do. While I blaze the zoo, I thought it'd be a bit better than this. I know I was taking a risk doing an ultra late live, but I don't think it would be this quiet, considering I've had decent views on the Arsenal AC Milan, and then on the Croatia versus Argentina, which again, do you know what I mean? It's live on terrestrial TV, so the views on that was very decent. Anyway, guys, Arteta says Arsenal are in the market for players, but if you had seen the footage from Sky Sports News, he didn't seem massively confident. Just before we go into all our football news, hopefully Freddie Flintoff is all right. The guy's had an accident. I've just seen on Sky Sports News before I've come live. Freddie Flintoff has had an accident filming with Top Gear. Must have been some sort of Christmas show. I hope Freddie Flintoff is all right. I think he's I don't really watch many shows he's in, but I do remember that thing with Jamie Redknapp, that sports show. I can't even remember its name. And Freddie Flintoff is always a brave one, always a bit funny. You could see he's one of the lads. But I have no idea of what's happened. We'll look at Sky Sports News later. But shouts out to Freddie Flintoff. I hope you're all good. Shouts out to your family. I hope it ain't a serious accident. Do you know when Sky sort of breaks something like this? You know what I mean? You get the feeling it seems bad. They can't bring you no other further details. They'll keep you posted. You think it could be bad. And it's Top Gear as well. Top Gear are a bit of a lively program, and they take a few risks. If he was driving, he's quite confident. He's probably, I don't know, I hope he ain't done something crazy. But Freddie Flintoff has been involved in an accident this morning, filming for Top Gear. No one really knows the details. Shouts out to Freddie Flintoff. I hope he is okay. Chelsea man, Broja is injured. Arsenal's Jesus is injured. And Liverpool's Diaz is injured. So I know they weren't directly from the World Cup, especially Broja and Diaz. But I mean, yeah, this whole little break here for World Cup, whatever happened, a few countries, or a few of the top teams in the country, their strikers are coming back injured. Broja, Chelsea, Jesus, Arsenal, Diaz, Liverpool. Brighton are set to offer Moses Caicedo a new deal. Um, Liverpool, Man United are meant to be lurking and are looking to make an offer for this guy in the January window. The Brighton chairman, obviously, as we know, got £50 million for Ben White. Word is £75 million doesn't even get you his right leg, but I'm sure that, I don't know, between £60 and £70 million. Moses Caicedo, he's 19, he's an Ecuadorian international. We've just seen him at the World Cup. PSG, Chelsea, and Liverpool have allegedly all made contract offers to Milan Skriniar. Now, this is he is in Milan, isn't he? The Inter Milan centre back. He's on a free Bosman style transfer in the summer. He can obviously negotiate with anyone outside of Italy now. Allegedly, PSG, Chelsea, and Liverpool have all made firm contract offers. I mentioned this last night. I'm still trying to dig this story out. But Indian billionaire, I said he was the richest man in the world last night. Now apparently he's only in the top 10 of the richest men in the world. But Indian billionaire, I can't remember his name. Billionaire. Mukesh Ambani allegedly wants to buy Arsenal or Man United. He sent his people out to go and weigh up some maths and do the books, but Man United could be available. But allegedly he fancies Arsenal. So that's Indian billionaire Menesh, I'm just going to call him, is taking a look at things at Arsenal and could be set to make an offer for the club. Rafael Leo is a wanted man. Premier League clubs, namely Chelsea, are circling this guy. Now, we know he plays for AC Milan, Portugal international. I'm surprised he didn't get more minutes for Portugal at the World Cup. I've always liked him when I've seen him for AC Milan in the Italian Serie A. I think he looks a really good player. Left wing, well, I've only ever seen him play on the left wing for AC Milan. That's prominently who I've seen him play for, or obviously because he plays for them. But Rafael Leo could be Premier League bound. Chelsea are allegedly landing up a £75 million offer for him. Ben White and Thomas Partey was involved as Arsenal were crowned the Dubai Super Cup champions today. They both come off around the half-time mark. I'm sure they're both all fine, precautionary as they come back from the World Cup. Ivan Dicker does look like a done deal. I've been speaking about this guy for about a year. He's 23. He's left-footed, centre-back. Played 165 odd games in Germany pretty consistently. Never had a problem at Eintracht Frankfurt. The Premier League is a big step up, but I embrace this as we've only got Gabriel as a left-footed centre-back. Arsenal have pulled out of the race for Danilo now. I know I discussed this last night, but as I said, we have got 4 central midfielders, and I can't see Arsenal buying anyone else unless Lokonga was sold or, God forbid, one of them got injured. Is Mudryk a done deal? We'll get back to this guy in a little while. Gustavo Willian, he's 15 years old, has been linked to Arsenal and Barcelona. Even though we know players from Brazil can't leave the country till they're 18, Arsenal and Barcelona are already talking about doing a deal for the 15-year-old Messio Gustavo Willian. He's 15, he plays for Palmeiras, he's a centre forward. Ismail Benanza was spotted talking to Mikel Arteta after the Arsenal game today. We know this guy was a Hayland Youth Academy product. I think he made a couple of appearances for us and then disappeared. He's went on to have quite a successful career since. I don't rate him madly. And there's talk we could bid up to £40-50 million for the AC Milan central midfielder, Ismail Benancer. Not really my cup of tea. Mudryk representatives allegedly has been spotted in London. Obviously, they're here to do a deal with Arsenal, I'd like to think. Cody Gakpo has PSV have set a asking price of £45 million. Man United, Arsenal, and the rest of the world. You know what to do. Have Arsenal bid for the former Gunner, another Hayland Academy product, Yunus Musa. Now, there's been a lot of talk that we've had a £40 million bid rejected for Yunus Musa. We have allegedly pulled out of a deal for Danilo. Could it be because there's someone else, or could it be because I'm right and there's 4 central midfielders at the club? Centre mid, not coming. Striker, not coming. Have we done the deal for Mudryk? Again, I'm going to be coming back to that as well. Could Zaha be a smart move? Real ones in the chat, let me know. Joao Felix is still being linked with Arsenal, Man United. Liverpool are now allegedly watching the situation closely, as you can allegedly get him on loan, but with an obligation at the end of the season. For me, he's never scored enough goals in his career, whether that's international level, in Portugal, or in fact in Spain, where he did cost about £107 million to join Atletico Madrid. I'm not sure about this guy. Does Arsenal and Mikel Arteta want a right back at the club? Now, we have been linked with Molina, the Argentina and Udinese right back, and Denzel Dumfries, the Inter Milan and Holland right back. We seem to be, I don't know. There's even talk that we could offer Tommy Yasu up in exchange for Denzel Dumfries. Robert Renan has been linked with a £20 million move to Arsenal. He's a centre back. He's Brazilian. He's 20 years old. He's left footed and he can play left back also. Florian Balogun may be recalled to Arsenal in January. Must. Arsenal apparently will not buy a striker. We're not involved in a bidding war for Tillemans or no one else in the central midfield. Allegedly, we've pulled out of a deal for Danilo as well. But we may recall Balogun because we don't want to spend money, basically. And Arteta says Arsenal are actively looking at making signings in the January transfer window. Now, shouts out to anyone that's involved on the stream tonight. This is going to be a world record low as far as views are concerned. I don't believe this, but yeah, guys, if there's anyone with me right now, what is your main points? Because I will just jump out of this video and just make it like a quick download, like it wasn't even live, it was just a download. But yeah, Brighton set to offer Caicedo a new offer. PSG, Chelsea, Liverpool allegedly have all offered Milan Skriniar contract terms as he's a free agent in the summer. Indian billionaire Mukesh Baini wants to buy Arsenal or Man United. Rafael Leao could be Premier League bound. Ivan Ndicka looks like it's a done deal. What's going on with Luka Modric? Mikhailo Mudrak. I can see me doing that quite often. I don't know why. Estavo William, the 15-year-old Palmeiras Superman, has been linked with a move to Arsenal and Barcelona. Shouts out to Big Ted. Just giving me a quick tip. I do Arsenal, in fact, want a right back. We have been linked with Argentinian right back Molina. We have been linked with Denzel Dumfries. And we've been linked with Denzel Dumfries since just before the World Cup. Robert Renan, the Brazilian left back and centre back, has been linked for a £20 million move to Arsenal. Do you agree, Gooners? Should Florian Balogun come back to the club as he's our player? Wow. Okay, Big Ted said he has found the perfect car for me. Shouts out to Big Ted. Sorry, I just have to text someone for that. Fuck. Where are you? Shouts out to all the real ones, guys. Please hit the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. Alright, guys, so sorry about that. But yeah, good news. All right, maybe I've got another new car. I've been borrowing the country Land Rover. Right, UE. I unblock you now. Do you know how to unblock? Reason why I did because you think I do my channel. Oh, all right. Well, I don't. Okay, shout out. I'm not going to get into that political argument there, boys. So, guys, listen. Broja is injured for Chelsea. Could this impact on Chelsea? Could this mean they're definitely going to buy Christopher and Cuckoo now? That is the first thing I thought when I heard Broja was injured today. It's a double excuse for Chelsea to buy a striker. Not like they ain't got a Aubameyang and other people sat around. What's going to go on with Omari Hutchinson at Arsenal, Chelsea as well? I can't believe this kid left us to go and join Chelsea, and I think he's a really good prospect. Would any of you bring Florian Balogun back to Arsenal in January? He has got a recall recall clause, release, whatever you want to call it. Ishmael Bonanza apparently was spotted talking to Mikel Arteta today. Arsenal have been linked with the AC Milan central midfielder. Cody Gakpo has had a £45 million price tag put on his head by PSV Eindhoven. Arsenal, Man United, Liverpool, you know what to do next. Have Arsenal, in fact, had a £40 million offer for Yunus Musa rejected? Word in Spain is, and Italy, according to certain sources, they're saying Arsenal have pulled out of the deal for Danilo. We don't want Tillemans, and Yunus Musa is the target we want in central midfield. PSG have made a contract offer, so along with Chelsea and Liverpool, for Milan Skriniar. Indian billionaire wants to buy Arsenal or Man United. Word on road is he favours more the London club. Is Mudrak a done deal? Ivan Ndicka. Word on road is he is a done deal, guys. Please hit likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. I think I'm going to bounce from this live pretty soon. it is going to have rather ridiculous views. I can't believe it. I can't believe none of the real ones are jumping in and no one else is about, man. That'll teach you. Some of these late ones here, man, come like you have to be a specialist YouTuber or something to go live late or something. That's a bit ridiculous. That's a bit ridiculous. But shouts out to all my real ones regardless. Shouts out to Luca and Yui that have been in the building. I think Yui is pretty much dipped. As I think I'm going to dip pretty soon as well, guys, because it is majorly quiet. So shouts out to anyone that has put their eye on this video. Shouts out to Freddie Flintoff. I hope he's all good. Former England cricketer. Has been involved in some sort of accident today, filming with Top Gear, so hopefully he's all right. Shouts out to all the real ones. Do be subscribing if you is new. It is almost time to get out of here, I suppose, guys, because it seems to be one of the world record of quiet lows. On to tomorrow's game, Morocco versus France. Even though my heart does say France are going to bang them up, and I'm talking 2-3-1, Morocco could be finally found out. I don't know. There's something about the spirit of this Morocco team. I like their manager as well. He seems like a deadly serious character, man. Don't know who he's managed before. Don't know where he's blown up from. But he's certainly blown up at this World Cup. Talking of blowing up, are Arsenal going to blow up their Premier League chances, guys? Yeah, I'd like to think, come on, like, you know what I mean? Let's be serious. Let's all be honest to each other. I'd like to think we are going to have a serious go at this. We're 5 points clear. West Ham is a winnable game. Do you know what I mean? Even though we all do love the West Ham. Brighton away is a winnable game. I want to just hit the January fixtures, still at least 5 points clear of them. I'm not sure who Man City are playing the first 2 games back, but they have got a very difficult January. So hopefully they finished December just as difficult. I know they've got Chelsea twice in a couple of weeks because of the FA Cup. I know they've got Tottenham 2 league games, home and away twice in about 2.5 weeks. So the Premier League is going to be interesting when it kicks back off. Liverpool with Diaz out, like you'd think that their American owners have got to fucking dip their hand in their pocket and try and do something for the sake of Liverpool Football Club. It would be kind of wrong for them not to be a top 4 club this year. They have been the only team in the Premier League for the last 3, 4, 5 seasons, kind of holding it up and making the Premier League a half a decent league still, because Man City would have been just running away with it every single season. Man United in a threat. Arsenal haven't been a threat for God knows how long. Do you know what I mean? It's been all too a little bit easy for Guardiola and Man City, considering the money they've got to invest and spend in the transfer window and markets. As for Liverpool Football Club, obviously, again, as an Arsenal fan, I don't really care, but Liverpool are too big a team. I respect what Klopp has done there. I think he's got the lot out of certain players. I think people like Jota now, because he wasn't a cheap signing, especially the guy they got in the summer, not Diaz. Oh, God, what's his name? His name slips me. He's got to start coming up trumps now. The Uruguayan striker, flip his name. His name has just disappeared. Diaz is injured. They'll need Firmino to come back in. He's quite an annoying striker. He likes to chip in with goals, but then again, he isn't the most consistent striker. As far as the top 4 race is concerned, I think Conte is talking to Tottenham over a new deal. So it looks like they're kind of rosy, and he looks like he could be staying in North London, which I'm pretty gutted about. I thought he was going to run away and go and be the Juventus manager, but never mind. Hopefully Tottenham don't give him too much money to spend in January, because again, a couple of bits that he probably done in the summer hasn't worked as well as he probably wanted. Richarlison, I reckon, will come back almost like a new player from the World Cup, kind of revitalised, not really giving a damn about Harry Kane and trying to force his way into this Tottenham team one way or another. I don't think striker is the massive issue at Tottenham. They've got Harry Kane, they've got Richarlison. Could it be a really lively, pacey winger? Kind of like what I think we need at Arsenal, like a Mykhailo Mudryk. But guys, oh God, I can't believe how quiet this live has been. So it is almost time to disappear. I didn't trust at all anything Arteta was saying when he said Arsenal are actively going to try and buy people in January. Do you know what I mean? And we are in the market for players. And if the right player comes along, we'll make a bid. Well, I thought you always have your windows advanced 6-7 months ahead. I don't know. It all seems a bit contradictory. And I'm honestly not sure what to think about the Arsenal window in general. It's way too early to start complaining. It hasn't even started yet, the January window, but my feeling tells me something's already wrong. And I don't know. It seems like we've shut the door on Danilo for whichever reason, and with only Eddie and Nketiah in the squad, like, what are we going to do? Are we going to really bring Balogun back? Is Balogun going to be the answer? Could Balogun maybe score a couple of goals coming off the bench if Eddie wasn't firing? It does seem like Gabriel Jesus is going to be out for 3 months. This here worries me as an Arsenal fan. Do you know what I mean? We're meant to be going for a Premier League title. We're 5 points clear. Surely we've got to be serving up the fans something of a Christmas present and a January treat, because when have we been in this position the last 5, 6, 7, whatever seasons? Do you know what I mean? Since whenever Arsene Wenger last obviously made a sensible title challenge at Arsenal. On that note, guys, right back, yes or no? These are probably still things in the summer. I'm glad to see Ivan and Dicker, this deal could be done. But right now, as going forward in January, I would still like to think the minimum requirement, so you're just not failures in the January window and just neglected this title charge, there's got to be 2 signings. But it seems we don't want a central midfielder, as we're back to 4, with El Neni and Lokonga obviously being fit and well, and the same with Thomas Partey and Granit Xhaka. With only Saka and Martinelli, the proper wingers at the club, don't trust Marco Reus. I'm sure he's going out on loan. Nelson, he's fighting for a new contract. Obviously not the answer, Nelson. So yes, we've only got 2 class wingers at the club. We badly need 1 more to come in. Mikhailo Mudryk obviously being that guy, probably mostly been the one that's linked most to the club over the last few months. As far as the Cody Gakpos and Memphis Depay's, I don't think Arsenal are going to have anything to do with that or really get involved. I think we're going to leave that to other clubs. And until we either sell Lokonga or somebody gets injured, I don't think we're really going to invest in a midfielder either. The shocker for me, though, is the one striker at the club. The one striker is Eddie Nketiah at this moment. Jesus is going to miss such a chunk of vital games now. I'm talking Man United, Manchester City, Tottenham away, is it? Newcastle home. Obviously West Ham, Brighton away. He's going to miss so many important games now. And I know the January window isn't an easy window to go out and buy people, but surely you got to be offering me more, like even a loan. There must be a striker you can grab in on loan, do you know what I mean? With no obligation, that can just piss off back to his club in the summer, do you know what I mean? And hopefully would have banged a couple of goals or bagged a couple of goals for us along the way. Because as far as Eddie Nketiah, I like you, but you're 23, you've scored 10 goals in your career. We need 10 goals from between now and whenever Gabriel Jesus is back. I don't think this guy is as capable of it because he's 23 and he's literally scored 10 goals in his career. I think we need 10 goals over the next 3 months from him to be able to be still in a Premier League hunt. Now, guys, I'm almost going to close there. The last few bits I'd like to say for tonight. If anyone wants to do a couple of YouTube videos with me over the next few weeks over the January transfer window, please let me know. Don't be shy, do holler. Shouts out to Freddie Flintoff. Hopefully there's nothing too wrong with him. I've just heard he's had an accident. Heard it on Sky Sports News. I think recording for Top Gear. I've already said Broja is injured. It is long term for Chelsea Football Club. Diaz is out for Liverpool. Same way Arsenal's have lost Gabriel Jesus for 3 months. Look, Bergkamp was almost just about to get out of it. It's a really quiet stream. I'm going to go into a couple of bits today. Bros, have you heard anything about the Indian billionaire? His name is Mukesh Ambani. Allegedly, he's looking at buying either Arsenal or Man United. Now, apparently, he prefers Arsenal, but Man United could be the one that's more sellable at the moment, as obviously their owners have said they're looking to receive, even though it's an astronomical amount of money, they are willing to sell Man United. PSG, Chelsea, Liverpool have offered he's going to be a free in the summer, Milan Skriniar, a contract offer to try and tempt into the Premier League and France, respectively. As we probably know, Arsenal, the Dubai Super Cup champions, Ben White and Thomas Partey was back in the team. Ivan and Dicker looks like a done deal. Mudryk, what's going on with him? We've pulled out allegedly, bros, for Danilo. Danilo apparently now is not incoming. Arsenal do not need a central midfielder as we are back to our normal quota of four. Arteta wanted four central midfielders. Unless Lokonga was sold or loaned out, El Neni's back, Party and Xhaka are fine and in good health as far as we know. So with everyone in good health, there will not be a central midfielder signed in the club. What surprises me most is there will not be a striker signed with the club. We've kind of closed the door on this, and word on road is we're actually seriously thinking of bringing Florian Balogun back from his cutting his loan short in France at Reims and actually bringing him back as a bit of competition until Gabriel Jesus is obviously injured for Eddie Nketiah, obviously a bit of competition for Nketiah, while Gabriel Jesus is obviously rehabilitating himself and trying to get back into the Arsenal squad after his injury. Estavo Willian, the 15-year-old Palmeiras, a wonder kid. He's a striker. Arsenal and Barcelona have got their eyes wrapped up all over him. Apparently, Arteta was spotted talking to Ismael Benenza today. He was a Haaland product, obviously come through our academy before we dipped. There's a lot of talk in Spain and Italy saying Arsenal have actually bid for their former academy product as well, Yunus Nusa. And apart from that, it's all the same, bros. Denzel Dumfries, Howe Felix, Mikhailo Mudrak, but Danilo seems to have been shut down. Would you take Origi as backup? Thing was, there was absolutely nothing wrong with him at Liverpool. He was actually a really good backup for them. I heard even a couple of times Klopp saying in interviews he's the unluckiest guy in the world. Like he's never done nothing wrong. He's always served me well. He's just wasn't that guy, basically. Just wasn't basically good enough to get into Liverpool's team. And remember, Liverpool didn't have a load of strikers. It was basically the Brazilian striker keeping him out. I'm not sure how he's done in Italy since he joined AC Milan on a free. I know he played against Arsenal today. But as for the answer, no. I'd say no. But there could be worse strikers out there. Like if Arsenal could just nick him on loan until the end of the season. But AC Milan have just signed him. I know they've got Oliver Giroud. I know they've got Ibrahimovic, even though he's injured. I don't know when he's due back. And I think they have got a young striker breaking through into the first team at AC Milan. So maybe his time at AC Milan is already coming to an end. Would I take him in on loan? On loan? Shit, yes. Do you know what I mean? I'd pay a little fee to get him in on loan to the end of the season. See how he cracks on. He was ever so reliable for Liverpool. I'm not sure. I've not really noticed him in the AC Milan team, obviously, apart from today. So that one there, personally, for me, I wouldn't go for. And I wouldn't sign someone like that permanently because, obviously, who wants to whip out a 4-year deal to a guy that has only played a handful of games in the Premier League and scored a handful of goals? Not that it's the fault of his own, though. But at this moment, I literally would bring in anyone on loan just to provide that competition, or in fact, Nick Nketiah's place while Jesus is injured. I'm not sure how much faith I've got in Eddie Nketiah. Like, he hasn't looked very sharp over these last 2 games. I know, obviously, it takes teamwork and chances haven't really fell his way, but sometimes you've got to make your own and make your own chances. And Eddie Nketiah, for me, over these last 2 friendlies, hasn't showed this extra kind of eagerness to be amongst the goals and be amongst chances, you know? I'm not saying he's played terribly, but for me, in both of the friendlies, he hasn't really been involved. If you're talking about cutting Florian Balogun's loan short from Reims in France, I think that stinks of desperation. But at this moment, yes, I probably would do that, then have nobody after January and the door closes on transfers and the window is done. And let's just say, God forbid, touch wood, say Jesus has a major setback or even a minor setback in his rehabilitation from injury. Then what happens to Arsenal? You've got just Eddie Nketiah as your striker, and you're meant to be going for a league title. For me, it's a bit piss poor. Do you know what I mean? I know clubs have bad luck. Chelsea have just lost Broja for quite a long time. Liverpool have just lost Diaz. Obviously, Arsenal have lost Gabriel Jesus. Life's a bitch, isn't it? But sometimes you got to overcome this. And Arsenal, do you know what I mean? I would say it's about time. You owe it to the fans alone and all the people that pay incredible prices for season tickets and merchandise like myself, even match day programs and pints of beers at £7 a pint for the piss water that you serve up. You know what I mean? I think Arsenal deserve a couple of signings, a bit of hope from Christmas and January onwards that we actually are involved in a Premier League title race and we are a serious club again. as we used to be under Arsene Wenger many seasons ago. But bigging up Luca, bigging up to Lumberkamp, shouts out to you, E, and all of the real ones. Any of the silent listeners, please don't be shy, innit? And especially my new subscribers, please get a couple of comments in. Let's start bouncing on the chat. Brighton are allegedly just about to offer Moise Caicedo a new deal. Liverpool, Man United are lurking and could be about to make an offer in the January window. PSG, Chelsea, Liverpool have all offered a contract starting from next summer, obviously, for Milan Skriniar, the centre back. Indian billionaire is looking at how much basically it would take him to buy either Arsenal or Man United. Now, allegedly, he's one of the richest men on earth, so it ain't really going to dent his pocket buying Arsenal or Man United, of all respect. So, do you know what? I'd embrace anything going on at this club. Rafael Leo could be Premier League bound. Chelsea could be about to spend £70 million on him. He's the AC Milan left winger, and every time I've seen this guy, he looks absolutely shit hot. Ben White and Thomas Partey returned for Arsenal today in the Dubai Super Cup win over AC Milan. I'm glad to see both of them back, looking fit, looking healthy, and ready to obviously go full throttle into Arsenal's hopeful title charge. We're 5 points clear. I'd like to think it is a title charge. Do you know what I mean? Not just a fight for top four. Ivan Indika looks like a done deal. What's going on with Mikhailo Mudrak? Some sources are saying it's done. We'll release it early January. I have a feeling this will go on to the end of January, but we shall see. Apparently, Mikel Arteta was photographed with Ishmael Bonanza, the former Arsenal Academy product. Apparently, he's available at AC Milan for around the £40-45 million mark. This one isn't for me. Another guy that can go for 45 million, according to PSV sources, is Cody Gakpo. A price has been put on this guy's head. I think this is a little bit too much for this guy. Would I sign him though? Probably. Arsenal badly need any kind of striker. Arsenal bid for their former youth product, Yunus Musa. Word on Roadies have had £40 million bid rejected for Yunus Musa. Tottenham are talking to Conte, and obviously Conte's asked how much money he's going to spend in January. Chelsea have already admitted they're going to be spending in January. Now the further injury to Broja, I have a feeling they'll definitely try and bring Christopher Nkunku to Chelsea in January. I reckon early January, Chelsea will release the news, or even in the next coming days. I have this horrible feeling in the next 7 days at best, Chelsea will release the news that they've signed Christopher Nkunku. And Arsenal are thinking of bringing fucking Balogun back on from his loan at Rennes. Fuck off, Arsenal. Denzel Dumfries and Molina continue to be linked with Arsenal, obviously both right wing backs. Zaha, could he be a smart move for any Premier League club? Arsenal and Chelsea are monitoring his situation closely, again allegedly. And Freddie Flintoff has been involved in an accident tonight. No one really knows the condition. And he was filming for Top Girl. Guys, please hit the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. Guys, who is with me? Give me a signal. Give me a sign, man. Why is everyone so silent tonight? It has been a really ridiculously quiet stream. Do you know what I mean? Boo-hoo. It happens. What can I do? I've been live 3 times today. I had decent views on the Croatia-Argentina. Can't remember how many views I had on the Arsenal-Leon, to be honest with you. I have no idea. I have no idea at all. I have to go and look, actually. I have no idea. What did my watch-alongs do today? Watch-alongs. Arsenal AC Milan, 350 mark. And we're about the 630 mark. That's exactly 1,000. So exactly 1,000 views today on Danny AFC TV. Shouts out to everyone that has been involved on that, who has borrowed me their eyes and their ears for the last few hours during the watch-alongs of Croatia, Argentina, and Arsenal versus AC Milan. So thank you to all you guys. You're all absolute legends. This has been a very, very quiet 11:15 or 11 p.m. live, but shit happens. So I'm going to be greedy. I'm going to sit back. And I'm probably going to make a little toasted cheese and tomato sandwich, watch a bit of TV, relax, get up in the morning, get the Land Rover jump started, and drive to London. I know, bros. Tell me about it. At least they're not shy on spending money. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, they'll sack a couple of managers. They'll do what they've got to do. You know what I mean? But if it's going to bring me a Neymar and Mbappe along the way, fuck that. Why not? Well, not even Neymar. Neymar bugs the life out of me. But this Indian billionaire, bros, apparently he's like one of the richest men in the world. Like, you know what I mean? He's in the top 10. You know what I mean? Last night, I was reading something that was claiming he was, in fact, the richest man on planet Earth. But today apparently they've overcooked that, and he's not the richest man on planet Earth, but he is in the top 10. So buying Arsenal, Man United, apparently to what he's worth, he's not even going to put a hole in his pocket, and then he could go and invest really sensible money, like 500 million over the next couple of transfer windows, 250 million pound each window. Absolutely light work for this kind of geezer. And of course, like which I wish the Croncos would just realise. There's an old saying: speculate to accumulate. If Arsenal were to put some money in at this transfer window, if we bought like a Mudrak and an Nkuku, and if we did win the league, how much would that bring to Arsenal in revenue? How many people would be buying more Arsenal shirts and more merchandise? And how much of the queue would be increased for season tickets, even in meaningless friendlies and silly FA Cup games? And next time we go abroad in the summer to Australia or Japan or somewhere else crazy again, go Dubai in the summer, you'll get crazy gooners because we're the champions again. Do you know what I mean? Wanting to follow the Arsenal all over the world. Arsenal would make money back if they spent whatever in January. They'll make it back if we're crowned Premier League champions, back in the Champions League, and happy days. Like if we was to scrape top 4 this year and we didn't buy no one in January, like what do we think we're going to do? Get back in the Champions League and win it? The squad is absolutely bare thin as it is. Like, so I don't understand the wisdom and the mentality of people that empower Arsenal. Vinay, Edu, the Cronkers, this Josh. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what to think of him. He talks a very good game, Josh. He talks like he's very passionate about it. He talks like, yes, I'm leading this like on behalf of my dad. Or lead it strong, my son. Do you know what I mean? Make your dad proud. Make this Arsenal club, you know what I mean? Make this club make him so much money. He's delighted. And money that he's willing to put back into this club, of course, obviously. Guys, we have got 4 more minutes left of this video. Please hit the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. It has been a very, very quiet 11 p.m. live, admittedly. So there you go. You can't win them all. But I have had really good views today, or decent views on both my watch alongs. So, you know what I mean? Never mind, you know what I mean? But please hit the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. I hope I get some adverts on this video, and YouTube AdSense saying, giving me that little cock block signal or whatever's going on. Do you know what I mean? Hopefully just leave me alone and let me have a peaceful evening and let me have adverts on my video, and hopefully the real ones will all go catch this video later and put a like on it for me and catch some of the adverts. Do you know what I mean? Which unlocks other doors in the YouTube game. But on that note, Felix still linked, Mudrak still linked, Ivan Dickard, we've been told is done. Zaha turned down another deal at Palace. Arsenal and Chelsea watching. I don't know what they could be watching. This is an easy deal for either club, respectively, to get done. As for Newcastle, other threats for Arsenal's top 4 or championship credentials. Newcastle are seriously looking at certain big signings. Christian Pulisic, they want a winger. And even though they've got Fraser at the club, they've got Almiron at the club, they've got St. Maxim at the club, they're looking for a 4th. Do you know what I mean? Word on road is it could be Zaha, it could be Christian Pulisic. They were rumoured to be interested in Mikhailo Mudrak, but Mikhailo Mudrak obviously apparently only wants to really join one club in the Premier League, and this is apparently Arsenal Football Club. I have a feeling they will make one big signing in January. Could it be James Maddison of Leicester? I don't know why I keep thinking of this guy. I think he's about to make a move. Something tells me Newcastle United Football Club. If Newcastle was to get, say, a Pulisic and a Maddison, I think they've actually got a very, very good chance of staying in the top 4. It wouldn't be easy, God no. Arsenal haven't broken to the top 4 for God knows how many seasons. But I do reckon if Newcastle made 2 very smart signings, they could stay in the top 4. Tottenham, Conte signing a new deal, I reckon will spend money. And Chelsea always spend money. They've got new owners, and I think there's 1 or 2 tricks up Chelsea's sleeve in the summer. But guys, please get the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. I'm going to get out of it. It's been a mad quiet stream, so I'm not going to prolong the agony. And hopefully people jump in. Screw it for another night. I'll be back tomorrow full of energy, full of beans. I've got to go London and back. I'll definitely be doing a 10 p.m. live, and I'm sure I'll be in the building for France versus Morocco. If I am, I'll be in for about 6:45. I won't start saying 6:30s and 6 o'clock and try and be extra early. Nope. I'll be in the building at 6:45 live. Morocco versus France tomorrow evening. Come on, Morocco. But my head is telling me France. My heart is telling me Morocco. But yeah, I honestly can't see past France, and I can't see anyone winning the World Cup apart from being the French. And Mbappe didn't massively turn up against England, so even though he's up against a really good right back tomorrow, I think it's his time to shine again. But Hakimi is no dickhead, and we'll see his defending credentials. We know how this guy goes forward. He can score a goal, Hakimi. He can whip in a good cross. He's a very attacking right back. Let's see how he defends tomorrow against Kylian Mbappe. That'll be interesting. So there definitely will be a watch along. Morocco versus France, tomorrow 6:45 live, Danny AFC TV. Hopefully, if it gets the same sort of views as it did last night, I'll be quite appreciative. As it did tonight, sorry, I'll be quite appreciative. So yeah, I've had over 1,000 views today on YouTube on both my watch alongs. In English. In English, but you start. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, please hit the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if we is new. Who's this? UE's back. Hakimi and Mbappe are best friends. Very interesting. No love lost tomorrow, bros. It's straight war. This is for nation here. Do you know what I mean? The Moroccans are passionate. The French are the French. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, this one should be tight. Hakimi, I've always liked this guy. I've always had time for him. I've always thought he's a dangerously expensive right back, but he's someone I've always admired. But I thought, could he be caught out in the Premier League? We'll see how he does tomorrow against Kylian Mbappe. A bit more like me and Luco. Yeah, you know, innit? Like, definitely, most definitely. Shouts out to you, to Luco, to Luke Burkamp, to anyone else that has been in this stream tonight. As I said, I've got over 650 views, I think, for Croatia, Argentina, with respect, you know what I mean? Wasn't bad. And I think 350 mark for the Arsenal AC Milan friendly. So, yeah, not a bad day. I'm still going to keep it building, still working hard, still grinding like a motherfucker. And who's this? .com breaking news. Arsenal have agreed a deal to sign Mykhailo Mudryk from Shakhtar Donetsk. The player will undergo medical soon. The player will join the squad on January the 4th. Come on, you Gunners. How's about that to keep you in the stream for another few minutes? I wonder how true is this. Now, it has been kind of suggested. UE has even said it himself. UE has been saying it to me on our group for the last week. Dan, I have a feeling it's done. I have a feeling it's done. Now, according to .com, the ghost, we've got some breaking news on the channel. Yo, .com. She's smoking one of them menthol cigarettes, bro. Consulate. Breaking news. Arsenal have agreed to sign Mykhailo Mudryk from Shakhtar Donetsk. The player will undergo medical soon. The player will join the squad on January the 4th. I think January the 4th will be a fantastic day for him to join. I don't want this prolonged until January the 30th. Shouts out to .com. Hopefully that is true. I will chase that up in a little while. Shouts out to all the real ones, guys. Please be getting the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. Start throwing the comments out at me before I start getting out the building, guys. Who is with me? .com has come back. The ghost, the concert smoking ghost. God bless her soul. To allegedly say, or not to allegedly, to say that Arsenal have allegedly agreed a deal to sign Mykhailo Mudryk from Shakhtar Donetsk. The player will, in fact, undergo a medical soon. The player will join the squad from January the 4th. Hashtag AFC, hashtag come on you Gunners. Guys, what's your thoughts? Will that be the only signing? Arsenal have got 4 central midfielders at the club at the moment. Lokonga, El Neni, Thomas Partey, and Granny the Great Xhaka. So I can't see a central midfielder incoming. Disturbingly, I've heard whispers that we're not involved in a race for any kind of striker unless a absolutely incredible deal just slapped up on our laps and we couldn't say no to it. So that surprises me. And then further to this, I'm hearing we are actually seriously considering recalling Florian Balogun from his loan from Reims. Now, not only do I think he's not the answer, since he's having half a decent season in France, you may as well leave him there and see how well he does and see if he can come back in the summer full of confidence, little spring in his step, do you know what I mean? Like a good old fucking G. But what can you say? If you start recalling him now and he gets no minutes, Gabriel Jesus comes back, he's just that guy sitting around doing pretty much nothing. And in the under 23s as usual. So if you recall him and give him no minutes, I think that's harsh. If you recall him and then give him minutes and he does nothing, that's almost like a career ender for him. Shouts out to .com. Hopefully that isn't just wishful thinking. Who knows? But we'll see when I come off this stream. I'll chase a little bit of that, see if there's anything going on in the world of Mykhailo Mudryk, see if Fabrizio Romano has opened his big trap of a mouth, do you know what I mean? Etc., etc., etc. But I have been running for hours, so as we are approaching the 50th minute, I will decide to get myself out of here, guys. Please get a massive like on the video. Do be subscribing if you is new. Felix, Gakpo, so many strikers out there. Are Arsenal going to be involved in a hustle and a deal for any one of them? Who is with me before I go? Who is with me? Phil Mitchell's up in the place. We definitely need signings. Need to get deals done early. Exactly like Mikhailo Mudryk, as one of your colleagues have just said, your EastEnders colleagues have said, Mikhailo Mudryk is done. That would be a wonderful cup of tea. Here we go. EastEnders old school. Is any of them? Well, no. Doc probably isn't actually dead. God bless. And as for Phil, I think he's alive and kicking. I don't know if he's in the program anymore. I haven't seen EastEnders in years. No, I'm talking literally. I have not even heard. Doof, 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 doof. I haven't heard that noise in about 4 or 5 years. I think that's the benefits of having Sky TV and one of the boxes that I've got. You just never watch bullshit ever again in your life. But Phil, I could not agree more, son. Apples and pears. I swear to God, I'd love to kick someone up them stairs and then back down them for not making a couple of signings in January. So hopefully, Mikhailo Mudryk is coming to the club. Do you know what I mean? And hopefully we do something to get a little striker in, even on loan to the end of the season, just for a little bit of a backup for Gabriel Jesus. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean, son? Son, fuck about. Now, interesting, because I could have sworn old Phil was West Ham as well. Do you know what I mean? Shouts out to West Ham and all the pie mash and liquor crew. Who knows about that great stuff called liquor? Phil Mitchell loves a bit of liquor. Do you know what I mean? Bit of pie mash and liquor. I'm going to have to go somewhere tomorrow. I just want to ask for a bit of liquor. Darling, hello. Do you sell liquor? Hello, princess. Yeah, I got a pie, man. You got any liquor to go over this? Yeah, darling, got a load of spuds in, man. You got any liquor? Hey, Ted, you got any liquor around you? How much is liquor shotting for? How much is liquor shotting for these days? I need like a pint of liquor, bro, straight away. I've got to pour over a load of tomorrow's dinners. You know what I mean? I know about a pint and a half a minimum of liquor. How much would that set me back there? Do you know what I mean? Shouts out to all the real ones. Do be getting the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. On the day when it's been suggested, an Indian billionaire called, fuck knows what this guy's name is, Mukesh Ambani, is allegedly monitoring the Arsenal Man United situation. He wants to own a Premier League club. He wants to be that guy. Arsenal, well, I'm not saying we're up for sale, but would our Americans try and cash in if it was an inflated fee? Possibly. And Man United are a club within the next 6 months definitely will be up for sale. PSG, Chelsea and Liverpool have all made offers and concrete offers to Milan Skriniar, the Inter Milan central defender. Ben White and Thomas Partey returned for Arsenal today in the Dubai Super Cup. We are the Dubai Super Cup champions. Shouts out to Arsenal. Shouts out to Arteta, Edu and all the Arsenal crew. Ivan Ndicka does look like a done deal. Allegedly it's a 4.5-year deal, which obviously kicks in from June. He's a left-footed centre-back. He's played 165 games in Germany. He's 23 years old and should be joining up with Arsenal come June. Mikhailo Mudryk, it has been alleged, is a done deal, but this one here is still suspicious for me. Never mind what Doc Cotton says. I'm very, very unsure about this. But again, later on in the evening while I was live for the Argentina game, I was hearing that Mikhailo Mudryk's representatives have been spotted in London and have had meetings with the Arsenal board. Cody Gakpo's fee has been set at 45 million. He is allowed to leave Holland and PSV Eindhoven. Arsenal, Man United and Liverpool are said to be watching the situation. The coming days is going to be interested in a lot of things. The World Cup will finish, guys, and then the transfer dealings will start going left, right, and centre. Zaha's turned down a never new offer of a contract at Crystal Palace. Joao Felix wants out of Atletico Madrid. Florian Balogun could be recalled from Arsenal. Robert Renan has been linked with Arsenal and Chelsea today. That is a Brazilian 19-year-old left-footed centre-back who can also play left-back. Estavo Willian, he's a 15-year-old Brazilian superstar or kid superstar. Wonder kid alert. He's 15. He plays for Palmeiras. Apparently Arsenal and Barcelona are already lining up deals for this kid. But remember, kids can't leave Brazil until they turn 18. So I think a lot of these deals linking Brazilian wonder kids to Premier League clubs are very misleading, very mischievous, and 8 times out of 10 are absolutely a load of bullshit, because it's very hard to get these kids out of Brazil, and because of probably passport situations, a lot of them do end up in Portugal, a lot of them do end up in Spain. But Arsenal, we have got a Brazilian technical director. I'd love to think one fucking day we're going to sign any fucking Brazilian. Since he come to the club, he signed one Brazilian, Mar fucking Quinos. Whippity fucking do. Yo, Dave, We definitely turn something. Ain't that Phil? West Ham. And that's what I'm saying, Big Ted. 54 minutes on the video. I tell you what, I like an hour video. So we're making this exactly, and I'm going to stretch this one out for another 6 minutes, as they say. I do have to phone someone immediately, a man about a dog and a man about a car. So it's one important phone call. It's a man about a dog, man about a car, but it's one call. Unbelievably genius. Shouts out to Big Ted. Shouts out to Phil Mitchell, to Doc Cotton, some of the EastEnders crew. Shouts out to UE. Shouts out to Long Burkham. Shouts out to Han Yumi. Shouts out to Tyler, some of the real ones on the channel. Shouts out to the original Pie Masher Liquor Man, Lee Akers. Shouts out to Lee Akers for getting me a ticket for the Arsenal West Ham game. Really weird kickoff time, 8 p.m. on Boxing Day. I'm going to freeze my bollocks off. I'll be off my nut. I'll have went round the around my pal's house. He would have got me ready for the game, being Boxing Day, and I'll be overly charged. Probably I'll be freezing and then sweating all at the same time, sitting there in the crowd. Shouts out to Lee Akers. Possibly we might be able to get one more ticket for the game. I should grab one for Tyler or Big Ted's. Do you know what I mean? There'll be quite a laugh at a football game. But as far as the Arsenal news is concerned, as I said, guys, the next 7 days is going to be key. There'll be a lot of things coming out left, right, and centre regarding Arsenal. Hopefully, but Liverpool, I think, are going to make at least one move this January. Chelsea will be active. Tottenham, if Conte signs his deal, I'm pretty sure that will come with the guarantee of money to spend in January. So, yeah, the writing's on the wall, guys. Arsenal don't want to be just scrapping for a top 4 place. We want to be involved in a championship race. On that note, I'm going to say, listen, guys, I'll catch you tomorrow. I've been ranting all over YouTube all evening, so please hit the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new, and I'll catch you tomorrow evening, people. Respect, good night. Please get a massive like on this video because, yeah, the views are doing good. It's ever so important. If you love the channel, love me, please do the right thing in it. If you hate me and dislike me, mwah, big kiss, good night. Do sleep well. Dun, 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 dun.